Now, I invited you guys on today to talk about a very important issue, the love life of an Asian guy.
And as a Christian parent, you're like, I'd way rather you date this girl from church than some random white girl. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Just ask him to get boba after the service.
Exactly. That's literally exactly. There was some bad boys and bad girls at the retreats where some people were smoking weed and some people were kissing here and there, you know?
Oh, they were kissing.
Kissing.
the college I went to, it was like less than 1% Asian. Also, my roommates and my boys are all 6 feet tall white guys, like light skinned. Yeah, one of my best friends looks like Giga Chad, but like the real life handsome version.
Junior year's when you get to go to prom.
Yeah.
I'm going with the girl. We like sneak alcohol. They just pull me out of everybody. And I was like, that's weird. I haven't been drinking. Maybe it was mouthwash. They're like, okay, well, you're going to blow into a breathalyzer. A cop comes around the corner. And he's like slipping on his gloves. They round up everybody on my bus. Breathalyze everybody.
Oh,
so
my
everyone,
God.
everyone hated me. Because they started breathalyzing, everybody moved over to hard drugs.
What's good, everybody? Back from Korea. I got my new Kage's Club, the new samples in. You know what I'm saying? With me today is two wonderful guests that has also a podcast called Under the Influence.
So my name is Wootak, social handles at Bar Chemistry, and yeah, co-host of Under the Influence.
My name is Jeremy. I started this Asian hard seltzer called Nectar. It is the best Asian hard seltzer in the world, and it has no weird aftertaste. You know the disgusting aluminum foil taste when you drink a White Claw? Move that completely.
None.
And then, yeah, we started a drinking show together. We met on TikTok because of TikTok. He ghosted me, but I chased him down. I'm persistent.
I
It's
did
a good
no
quality
such
about
thing.
myself.
I did no such thing.
This is my second collab with another podcast. Shout out to Suburb Talks. Shout out to Nick. Shout out to all of them. Now, I invited you guys on today to talk about a very important issue in the Asian community. The love life of an Asian guy.
Okay.
Yeah. And being that you guys are Asian, clearly, very Asian. very
Really f***ing Asian.
There's no deception there. Now, tell me about your experience. Tell me, like, where'd you guys grow up and your experience that you felt like, oh, like this is a Asian guy moment right now. Right. Like I'm in high school. Like after puberty first hit and you started liking women, it's like, all right, cool.
No, I've always liked girls, but I grew up in very white areas. So San Luis Obispo, California, and the Bay Area. Bay Area is a little more multicultural, but back then in San Luis Obispo, I was like the only Asian kid at the school. So at the time, though, I didn't really notice my race until like kids, like when I showed up in school and kids started like, you know, pulling their eyes back and whatnot. But that didn't necessarily stop me from like making friends or like, and I always had friends that were girls. Yeah, like so I was very friendly, but the thing that I would say stunted my growth of like women or whatever was like my super religious parents. Yeah, and so I didn't really Christian. So I didn't.
Dad's a pastor, by the way.
Dad's a pastor.
So like max level.
Yeah. I would say my mom was way more stricter than my dad.
Really?
Yeah. And I also have two older sisters.
Do you think it's because your dad was a little bit like, yeah, I gotta make sure he's not gay? Like,
No, I don't think.
I gotta make sure my son fucks.
No, he was not thinking. All they cared about was that I was a good Christian boy.
Okay.
So that was, but from an early age, I hated church because they forced it down my throat.
To go to church every Sunday.
Dude, I went to church 3 times a week.
Did you sing too at church?
Dude, I was in the choir. I was in the church band. Like
no, but at the same time, in church, there's some cute girls. Welcome to Fresh Ball Fall, or so they say. It's the season of pumpkin spice latte, and also making your crotch look nice and clean. Today's show is brought to you by MANSCAPED. It's a company to make sure your foliage isn't the only thing shredding its excess leaves. Heck, even Mother Nature knows it's time to lose the excess clutter for fall. MANSCAPED sends you the glorious package that can align your hygiene routine in one scoop. This is the Platinum Package 4.0, the Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and weed whacker. You also got the trimmers to prevent any grooming accidents. Obviously, you right next to your penis, so you want to be careful. And with this, it makes shaving very safe. Manscaped will also throw in a couple gifts like these Manscaped briefs. We also have the Manscaped ball deodorant that I'll put on whenever my girl comes over. I don't have a girl. Join the 6 million men worldwide who are using Manscaped right now by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code DownBadShow. And I could say there's so many YouTube products these days, but Manscaped hands down is one of the things that I've stayed using for the past 4 years. Gotten compliments, my balls look beautiful, pretty. You want to feel clean before you go out, and when you feel clean, you feel better. You're more presentable for when you bring shorty back. Manscaped, clear out the leaves. It's your tree trunk's time to shine. Get the platinum package this fall. These products are guaranteed to be hits for your dangling bits. Go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping if you use the code DownBadShow. It will be the first link in the description box. Enjoy the podcast.
There's some cute girls. I knew you guys were gonna ask that.
Yeah.
There's some cute girls, but you can't spit game at the. I'm the pastor's son. Everyone knows. Like at the end of the day, you're like, oh,
I feel
you're
like you
the
go very casually. Oh, like what are you doing after?
It is a little, so it's hard to. You're not like bagging girls at church. You can date.
No.
You can, even then, it's like every adult. Like for at least my church, I also grew up very Christian. Every adult is gonna talk about who's dating as like even as a kid, right? So it's like I know kids that have like I went to church with. They've been dating like 15 years now, like just dumb long. So it does work out. I think it's probably one of the better places to meet a girl.
One of the better places. Why?
So on Sunday, right after the choir or after the what is
service?
What are the church terms? Okay, there we go.
The satanic man.
This guy never been in a church a day in his life.
He would combust.
Now I went there. I remember going there once with some friends, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool.
Okay,
this is a vibe."
He's like, back in China, they didn't allow me to go to church.
Hey, there definitely are some shotties at church, but like you're not really going with that intention. You're in a church.
Agreed.
You're not, but then you can't help it. Like,
if you see like a hot, exactly.
And people do date and meet in church because it's a similar interest, and you're built on good, strong Christian values.
Yeah. Right. So if your values are already similar, I could see why.
And for Korean churches, you're both Korean, like you know what I mean. And they group like kids of the same age together, so it's like.
And you go on like youth trips and stuff. There's definitely.
And let's be realistic. As a parent, as a Christian parent, you're like, yeah, I'd way rather you date this girl from church than some random white girl or random. You know what I mean? Like,
right. So what do you just ask them to get boba after the service?
Exactly. That's literally exactly. And most times there's like activities where you go out and you do things as a group.
Bro,
so
retreats. Retreats used to bang. I'm not gonna lie. I used to fuck with retreats.
Yeah.
There's no fucking happening.
Nobody fucks. But yeah, it's just
we
more
like 14. But
it's like sleepaway camp.
I will say though, there was some bad boys and bad girls at the retreats where.
Oh really?
Some people were smoking weed, like sneaking weed,
sure.
and things like that, and some people were kissing here and there. You know.
Oh, they were kissing.
Kissing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
That is crazy. But so there would like occasionally there would be things that go down, but for the most part it's pretty.
There's no clapping in the back of the church.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, like back to me. Back to me.
I'm so sorry.
I never was like I was very careful about those things because you just get back to my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't fully ever really like be myself. I'd say.
Right.
The early stage, right? Yeah. Now I'm in middle school. And there's girls that like me, and I like girls. And by the way, I'm surrounded mainly by white women, so I believe white women are the most attractive, and that's also what's like the media is portraying. What's up?
Oh, I thought you meant you believe that right now. I was like,
no. No. But at the time, your environment completely.
No. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, and I still think like there's beautiful white women out there, but it was like the only thing that was around me. So there were hot girls at church too. So I did like Asian girls too. Yeah. But
you never bagged anybody at church though.
No. And there was nobody that I hung out with. Like none of the church people went to my school. Sure. Our church was from all different cities.
So at your school, who was
just white people?
White. Now, did you make some moves? Did you make some passes?
So that's the thing, right? I never had even in middle school, my parents never let me do the things where all the kids were like kind of sneaking around and exploring, like go to the movies on the weekend and it was just like groups of girls and guys. Right. My stingy ass parents would never pay or let me. I was going to like Saturday school, like all kinds of like extracurriculars. I'm meeting girls at these places, but it's like to hang out with them afterwards. My white friends, they were allowed to have like girls over and like the parents would leave them alone and shit, like all that shit. Like I never had access to that stuff consistently, so.
So Virgin Jeremy, do you go to like parties at all?
So eventually, occasionally I would be able to go to parties and stuff.
When was your first sip of alcohol?
Sophomore year, end of freshman year. End of freshman year.
Of high school.
High school.
Oh wow, that's young.
Dude, I started smoking weed in 7th grade.
What the fuck?
I tried all these things, but it was always like me sneaking out, like just doing like random
Getting in big
things.
trouble.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
So you never like invited a girl over to your place?
Never, because I just knew.
What about prom? You never like.
I mean, my parents would let me go to prom. So prom, here's a funny story. Junior year is when you get to go to prom.
Yeah.
And I'm going with a girl, and like we like sneak alcohol. Like our whole bus sneaks alcohol into water bottles, and like we're drinking on the bus, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And I get to prom, and I'm like holding it together or whatever. But for some reason, I decided to like talk to, or this lady wanted to talk to me, like a teacher or something. So I'm talking to her, and she's just looking at me funny, and I'm like, cool. I'm not like acting drunk or nothing, and I'm just like, that was fucking weird. I think she could smell it on me. Cause then I see her go to the main principal dude, and she's like looking over at the table, whatever. And then they come over, they're like, hey, come over here. Like, were you drinking? They just pull me out of everybody, and I'm like, no. And they're like, you sure about that? Because you smell like it. And I was like, that's weird. I haven't been drinking. Maybe it was mouthwash. And then they're like, okay, well, you're gonna blow into a breathalyzer. And then a cop comes around the corner, and he's like slipping on his gloves. And so I get kicked. This is 30 minutes after getting into prom, and they round up everybody on my bus and breathalyze everybody and kick everybody out of prom. And then from that point forward, they breathalyzed every single dance. I was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Oh,
so
my
everyone
God.
hated me. Everyone hated me.
So what was
I ruined
prom?
prom. No, at that point, I was like,
no one gives a
no. I mean, they were upset, but here's the crazy part about that: because they started breathalyzing, everybody moved over to hard drugs. People started popping.
You elevated the party.
People started, not everybody, but people started popping pills and shit.
That's hilarious. That's some California high school.
Yeah, it's some rich white town.
This was when you were in the Bay.
Yeah, in the Bay.
Yeah.
So look, in that time, like, you know, there was girls that liked me. I like girls.
Yeah.
I kissed girls here and there, but I never never
Oh,
the
you
opportunity.
had your kisses?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Who was
like,
your
Who was your
first
first kiss?
kiss?
Yeah.
7th grade.
7th grade.
I'm not gonna say her name.
All right,
Yeah.
white girl, Asian girl.
White girl.
Jessica. Let's go with Jessica.
Who was your first kiss?
It was actually with a white girl too.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine was with like a Puerto Rican girl.
For me, terrible at escalating.
Like you don't know what to do after you kiss a girl.
I
to this
kiss.
day.
No,
to this day.
not that part. No, even, but like when you're in the talking phase, right? Like early on in my life, like there was
this
girls
day.
that I wouldn't say to this day.
Okay,
I think
that's what I want to
I think I'm getting more bold to this day. I think you
Right.
got to be real bold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would say that early on, it was like trying like to get over friends and like be more flirtatious and like turn. I can make friends with anybody.
Did your homies ever like teach you like, oh, this is how you do it?
No.
Were you in a frat?
I was in a frat.
They didn't give you the guidelines.
Did you ever get guidelines from somebody?
No. Well, like
Like, did
the
you
internet,
have a did you
like,
have
like
a
simple
dude that
pickup,
did you have a male mentor figure to teach you about women?
like on YouTube, like
Okay.
with simple pickup.
Simple pickup, those guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Those guys help. And then I think it wasn't until I started like I think Reddit a little bit. And then the simple pickup videos I was taking in all the information. I was like, okay, bet. Time to go out there and make out with my first girl. Bro, and yo, my first kiss was off of a spin the bottle. Did I tell you guys that?
No, I don't think you told me that.
Yeah, bro. I was so embarrassed because I was like, man, this is how I'm gonna get my first kiss.
Yeah.
Because she had to give me one.
Wait, how old were you?
I was 19.
Okay.
Yeah, I was.
Oh shit.
yeah.
I mean, you're notoriously a late bloomer. Yeah.
Notorious. Yeah. So, yeah, because like my upbringing was just like. It was just very, very, very sheltered. Even prom, I didn't go to prom.
I didn't go to prom
Damn.
either though.
Yeah.
Well, because you guys were getting no girls, or like
Yeah, what's good with you?
So I didn't go to prom just because like my whole childhood, like you know,
Yeah.
like the juvie boarding school. When I got back to regular high school, I had no friends, like
Uh-huh.
no one. And then also like I was like that kid that like, you know what I mean, like
bad kid.
everyone knew who I was. So I got friends. I had friends again, but then like prom's coming around, I didn't have a single female friend. Like I didn't talk to girls. In high school.
Before that, I want to like take an insight on like your upbringing. Like, were you in a white school, Asian school?
High school, so I moved around a lot. When I came from Korea, I was in the Bay actually.
Uh-huh.
That was very white. Like that was elementary school.
Sure.
Middle school starts, I moved to Fort Lee, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Very Korean.
Ah.
But still a lot of white people. Like it's a lot of Koreans, Jews, Italians, Russians, right? Puerto Ricans,
Yeah.
etc. Very diverse. And then I stayed there for the most part, but like 8th grade to junior year of high school, I was just like MIA, like, you know, yeah.
Follow-up question: what kind of girls were you into, or what were you around?
I think growing up I've always liked like Hispanic chicks, like Latinas.
Yeah,
And
okay.
then, but like I don't like I always say if people ask me my type, I have no ethnic preference. Like I like everything.
Right, sure. But growing up, me too. Like
too.
I grew up in Washington Heights in New York, and it was just like it was right across the bridge. Actually.
Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah,
Holy
yeah.
shit, yeah.
So I was like, it was a whole bunch of Latinas,
Mhm.
and then bro, they used to like love giving like cheek kisses. And I thought I was getting somewhere.
He's just saying hi, and he's like, I'm the man.
I'm not the bag.
But not like I was. Were you like how did you bag during that phase?
Yeah, when was your first kiss?
My first kiss was 8th grade. So yeah, but after that, like again, after that first kiss, like MIA, like as in like you know all boys boarding school, like juvie, etc.
You were kissing nobody there?
No kissing.
okay.
Thank goodness. But anyways. And then when I got back to high school, I was in a freshman, like I was a junior at that point. I was in like a freshman, like Italian class, and there was like a couple girls interested in me. Talked to them, nothing ever planned out. But that was like my first time back in real life speaking to girls. And I remember that shit being so I was so corny, bro. When I think back at what I used to say to bitches,
We were
I'm
all
like,
corny, man.
Yeah, I'm like, Jesus Christ, somebody kill me. Oh my
You
God.
remember some of the?
No, I don't remember any of it, but like I just remember it was like no wonder you didn't get fucking pussy, man. Like you sucked at that.
Who taught you?
Nobody. Like eventually it was just practice. Yeah.
You never had your dad like?
No, my dad is not around in my life for the most part. Yeah.
Okay, so it was just off of like trial and error.
Yeah, basically. I think I've always been like just fucking do it type of person.
Yeah.
Cause like, and then also like I don't know, my life, that part of my life instilled in me like almost like divine confidence. Cause I went through something and got out of it in the craziest fucking way possible, where it was like I was meant to. I'm
happened?
him. Like I'm meant to be. I don't want to say it. I got out of all these like very dangerous situations for myself in ways that made me feel like wow, like. Either there's like a high, and it made me very religious too. It made me feel like there was a higher plan for me. And then I was just like, start acting like him, and then went to college, and that's where like I really learned
How
to
did
speak
you
to
guys?
girls.
How did you guys like flirt in college? Because even in college, I was like, I wasn't getting anything.
For me,
I didn't have a good game in college either, but like I hadn't.
I remember all the Asian kids, right? They would just kind of congregate in the library.
yeah, they would all hang out together.
In the library until late at night, and then at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. when everybody is like starting to trickle out, it'd be me and some girl, right? And then that would spark like late night combos, and then those would be the moments I'm like, yo, I'm into this. Bro, you go to any Asian library across the U.S., you will find them in
Asian library.
any library, you know, just in a state school, you will find Asians
Yup.
on the first floor, just huddling until late at night.
Totally agree.
And then that's where they start flirting. Now, where did you guys like?
So for me,
thrive in?
the college I went to, Asians were the smallest demographics. It was like less than 1% Asian.
Oh shit.
So I had thrown myself into like the fucking, you know, max prestige level of the video game. And freshman year I hadn't grown up yet, right? So I'm still like, you know, I was never ugly, but like, you know, I haven't hit my glow.
Was that a conscious choice? I was
What?
like, yo, I'm gonna go to a school that's
Dude,
gonna
I was very like, I didn't have many Asian friends growing up, so I was very like whitewashed and like not
Okay.
like, and then, you know, I just went through like juvie and like, you know, boarding school, like
Right.
nothing about me was Asian, right? It was like max level difficulty. Also, my roommates and my boys are all like 6 feet tall white guys, like light skinned, they're all gorgeous, right?
You know the GigaChat filter.
Yeah, one of my best friends looks like Giga Chad,
God.
but like the real life handsome version.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
So, anyways, these boys, these are my homies, right?
Right.
So I'm like, damn, this shit low key hard. And then, but I leave. I have to drop out of school for a semester, like sophomore year, and I was working in K-Town, Manhattan, like just getting my money up, right? I stacked mad bread, bought like 2 Bitcoin, did all this shit, right? I don't want to talk about the Bitcoin, but get my bread up. I start buying better clothes, right? I got a new haircut, and like I was never ugly, so like go back to school, and suddenly, and plus I had pledged the semester before I left, so now I'm in a frat. All my boys were just in the fraternity, like hyping me up for a semester for my return, basically.
Damn, you hit the crazy glow up.
Then I come back, and bro, it was literally, there was like one girl that was like unanimous baddest bitch in the school, right? And straight off the rip, she's like, "Who is that? What's his name?" Like, I want to him to her best friend.
Did you have a nose piercing then? Too?
No, I didn't have a nose piercing yet. That's like a speed ramp later in life. But yeah, so then she pulls that out, and that was like the first girl I had sex with in college, and she was the baddest bitch in school. So after that, it was like.
And how how did you give her the worst experience of her life?
I did give her a terrible experience the first time.
Did you get a fuck her multiple times?
Oh yeah, we were hooking up for a while, yeah. But
dude, at that point, it's referral business.
Yeah,
if you fuck the baddest girl,
I'm gonna put you on the game right now.
Okay.
Actually, this is one piece of advice I learned from a senior when I was a freshman, when I was pledging. Right? He was like, "So you gotta make sure you gotta be really careful who the first sorority girl you sleep with is." And we're like, "Why?" Right? And he's like, "Because." If you start with like they're in the sorority in an organization of young girls, they always rank themselves too. They're always comparing each other.
And
Right?
women
Same with dudes, right?
Right.
So then if you're the first place you're gonna establish yourself is at the bottom tier with one of the not so attractive women. That's where they align your value with, right? Oh. But if you grab one off the top, even if these other girls didn't think you were attractive, they're like, that girl's so much hotter than me. What does she see in him? Why is she fucking him? And so even if they didn't want you already, there's at least a curiosity of their social proof. Like, this hotter girl has already social proofed him by piping him. So that happened for me, essentially, where I piped the hottest girl. Then, like, you know, obviously some of these girls obviously might have wanted to pipe me too, but like, yeah. And
that
then
was the green light.
I was in a frat. So then that made it very easy. Like, sorority girls just already wanting me. It kind of took away
So you started trickling into like rank number 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And you start hitting the lower ranks.
Yeah.
In the sorority.
It was more like a shuffle type of thing. Like, it was
he started running.
You started at number 1. You took down the 9 tails, and then you went down.
Yeah, it was like 9 tails and the 2 tails, and then like the 6 tails, and then it was like that. Yeah.
But this brings an important question I want to ask both of you too. If you could go back and redo it, what are some pieces of advice of like, hey, this is how you prepare yourself? Because you've said 2 things that have just triggered something in my brain. If I could redo it all.
What did I say?
So you said, hey, I was watching like Simple Pickup. That's how I learned.
Okay.
And you said
the organizational thing.
Yeah, join the organizational thing.
Yeah.
And I was just starting to think now. I was like, damn, if I could redo it all just to like warm it up first. Take any opportunity you can get when you're younger. In middle school, high school, if there's a girl that likes you, doesn't matter if she's a 10.
Practice.
Get your first kiss out the way.
But you know what? It's so like the fear that I had was so crippling.
But that's why I'm saying it right now. Swallow that fear.
Yeah, but that's the only way to get over it.
That's you. Once you get the first one out the way, though, the fear lessens by like so much of a degree.
Let me add on to the organizational thing. That also happens for work too. Work, like places
absolutely.
of work. Yeah.
But hold up. So that's one, and also like your virginity isn't that special. As long as you lose it with someone you trust or whatever you're comfortable with. I would say lose that shit as fast as possible because you're putting that pressure on yourself. Imagine I was a late bloomer as well. As you get older and older and older with it, the pressure gets kind of bigger.
It does.
So and also when I lost it, it was to like a rando, and I was just like, it wasn't no big deal, right?
Yeah.
The second, though, is the organizational thing. So when you're like, oh, when did you really start running through the ranks? I went to community college, so that was like 2-3 years of dead years because I was just working and like, there's no parties or organization. You're driving from home.
I was slaying in community college.
Yeah, this guy.
Really?
Yeah. It was a good time. But that was after, so I went to community college after regular college.
Okay.
What the fuck? I was like, what? This seems weird. But what I would say to anybody out there is, in college, join every organization. Fuck what people say about a frat being like fratty or whatever. No, what it is access to people and parties. You just want to have all the options possible to do cool things.
But
that's your social clout in college.
Is this a piece of advice you would give? I mean, obviously to everybody, but what about specifically to like young Asian
men? Go join the Asian frat if you don't want to be in a white frat. Go visit all of them, and go join clubs. Meet as many people as possible so that because at the end of the day, all kids want to do in college is do the funnest thing. So if you have the access to the best parties, you don't have to go to all of them. But you want the options. That's the quickest way you're gonna meet people. That's the quickest way you're gonna like. And also, when you meet that girl in class that's not in the Greek system, the frats throw the best parties because they have the budgets. So when you meet that girl, she's kind of like, oh yeah, like I hang out at these like lame whatever house parties, and you're like, no, I got the
frisbee team.
Yeah, I got the biggest party this weekend. You look like the man.
Yeah. Ooh.
So that's a good segue into another piece of advice. Always be the host. Every chance you get, be the host, because when you are the one throwing a party, let's just use the frat for example, and let's say you're at the door letting people in, you're choosing who to let in. That's clout on 1,000, especially in a college environment. You are literally, you can decide their night right there. So you know what I mean? Like that's a little bit of a power play.
The third is what you said. You're like, I learned from Simple Pickup, and I did also use like online resources because the fourth, find a Wootak. There's good friends out there that actually have good game and will give you good tips. Because like you're saying, you're like, was anybody in the frat teaching you? No, because there's an ego about it, right? The guys that are bagging all the bitches aren't like, most of them aren't really like.
Really?
They don't have the time. They're not helping you be like, oh, respond this, that, the other, whatever it is. Maybe
Good
yours.
friends are, yeah.
Find the guy, yeah. So that's good. Find a resource. But if you can't, there's good books out there. At the end of the day, there was
Wait. What book you recommending right now?
These aren't books about like game versus
Books
like being a
about
man,
people.
the superior man.
Okay.
I think that have you read that one?
Win friends and influence. How to win friends.
Yes,
and
that's
influence.
really good for
Books
talking
like
to
that,
people, yeah.
and it's like building confidence and whatever it is. Like read those books. There's somebody. Oh, also 48 Laws of Power and Art of Seduction.
48
Oh,
laws.
Art of
I haven't
Seduction
read
is
Art of
crazy.
Seduction.
There's even
Seduction is crazy.
another one that it's less talked about. It's called the 50th Law.
Ooh, is that Robert Greene?
It's Robert Greene and 50 Cent. That's like everybody's
50 Cent?
Yeah.
Actually, they're boys. Like I've seen them.
Yeah.
50 Cent a genius.
Nobody ever like recommends that book out of the series, but that book actually talks about fear because I had to like I was going through a lot of like just emotional, like you can do this, you can do this, I can't do this. I was going through a lot of that in college, like and even going to YouTube. I remember like before I started YouTube, I was like hitting up comedy clubs.
How old were you when
Whoa.
you started YouTube, by the way?
Huh?
How old were you when you
I
started?
was
YouTube?
20.
So
You were trying to do stand-up comedy?
Yeah,
wait. So you lost your virginity after you started YouTube?
Yes.
Damn.
like a year after.
Damn.
Like the
That's
first
fire.
the
You inspired me, Jimmy. I'm not gonna lie.
word.
Yeah. I'm dead ass. Like, cause who you are right now is so. You would assume you've just always been this way because it feels so natural.
Yeah.
But like,
Self-made man.
It's not that long ago either. That's 6 years ago, right?
6 years
like,
ago.
That's
But
very
audience, look at this. Look at what you can become in 6 years. That's a tiny amount of time in your whole spectrum of life.
Yeah.
So if you think you're late, behind, whatever. I mean, and he had this even sooner than 6 years. So.
Segues into the perfect. Yeah, I'm actually doing mentorship on Fanhouse actually. So if you guys,
Yeah.
the king of plugging.
Yes.
yeah. So if you guys want to learn how to do it all, go in and check out the first link down below. All right. Anyways,
You can also learn about how to plug your whole product from him too.
Yeah.
He does that shit seamlessly.
Another important thing, I think that like clout is the wrong word, but having things that you're deeply confident in matter. So if
Yes.
you're in an organization, in a
Yeah.
fraternity, you're throwing parties and people know you,
Yeah.
that's a confidence builder
Yeah.
in itself, right?
that was especially like my last year of college. I had an apartment of 6 guys, and us 6 like we kind of ran in like the Asian part of campus.
Yeah, let's
and
go.
Then, like every other weekend, like we would throw the best party. We would actually get schools from like New York and like Boston to pop out. So now
Whoa.
I'm getting access to girls from New York. Now the girls in Connecticut, I went to school in UConn. The girls in Connecticut really wasn't all that. But the girls in the big cities, yeah, they're a little bit more. You
They
know.
were driving out to your parties?
Yeah, they were driving out to our parties, and then that's when I had my first taste of like, wow.
I'm the
now,
man.
Yeah, now I'm flirting with like battered girls.
Yeah.
I still didn't get any, but you know, at least I was flirting with them.
So I want to say something about his tip. It's not really the confidence. The confidence building comes from having a purpose, and that's why people in frats, they have purpose, right? The frat is their identity.
No.
But it's like it's just like the organization. So like that's why people that have a YouTube channel, people that own a business, they have a strong purpose. They're doing something, and girls love that shit.
They can smell it.
Even
off
guys
you.
love that shit. I like to work with and see and be around people with a strong sense of purpose. Girls also even more. Yeah.
But purpose doesn't need to be this thing of like, I'm gonna change the world. It's like, yo, just
It's like I got shit to do. I'm on my shit. I'm building some shit.
get hobbies and shit. Like,
Yeah.
learn something.
So now, did you guys ever have success with like Tinder or like online dating? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
You, bro, fuck, man. Because I feel like that's like another struggle that Asian guys are deal with.
I agree a little bit. You're playing at a disadvantage just because statistically, right? Like we're the least desired, category of the four major categories. But at the end of the day, there's still a lot of women that like Asian guys. Like that's just who you're gonna be swiping with. Also, like the first girl I ever met with off Tinder, ever had sex with off Tinder, was the first girl I ever fell in love with. And it was just like, and to this day, I like still think about her.
Oh.
I was 19. Just yeah.
Do you talk to her?
What was your game on like? How did you?
I forget what I said to her. Oh, I think I remember. It was it had something to do with marriage. I usually always, this is just a tip for like opening lines anywhere. I just always come with, you gotta be flirty off the rip. Like, don't be creepy, but just make it known. Like, this is the tone I'm setting from the start.
You knew this at 19?
No, I kind of just figured it out, right? I had sent so many hays, like blah blah blahs, didn't work. So I was like, next bitch, I was like, yo, you know who you look like? She was like, who? My future wife. And then she was like, oh, that was good. Like, what's up with you? And then
This man can sell ice to an Eskimo.
And then so then we went out and we had sex, and that was like my first official like one night stand where like she had her own apartment in the Upper East Side. Wow. She was an exchange student from Thailand, so like filthy rich family and like
interesting.
She couldn't date a peasant though.
Yeah, exactly. She couldn't bring my ass home. But
I'm
good now. What's up?
What about your experience?
I've never used the dating app.
No.
Ever?
Never.
Like never downloaded ever.
Do you even try swiping?
No. So here's the thing. One, I don't even have like photos. I just never had photos.
Sure.
And that's important. Mm-hmm. And then two, I just like, I don't know. I never used the dating app. And now I'm kind of in a place where I'm like, I
don't need a dating app.
Yeah, not necessarily that. I think that it's like you can always have more inbound, but my priorities have changed.
Yeah,
it's not
like very true.
So I think if you're younger, for sure, get a dating app because it's just reps.
Yeah.
Reps at your fingertips. But the expectation that like you're gonna find your true, I would use it as purely like a training app.
a training app.
It's the fucking hyperbolic time chamber.
Like real quick, what are your tips for dating apps? Like you got like certain photo, like
well, yeah. Would you say that you've had good success on dating apps?
Yeah, and why or why not?
No.
Actually, compared to the girls I'm like hooking up with in person, I get to make an impression on them in person by just pure attractiveness. The girls I've pulled in person are just way more attractive than the ones on dating app. On dating apps, it's the quality of women I think goes down. This might be controversial, but I think I think a lot of girls are on dating apps because they're bored, right? Like already, like if you're bored, find a hobby.
Yeah.
Like, their hobby is playing men. What do you mean?
And then like if you are a girl with like a healthy amount of friends in your life, like you won't be that bored. Yeah. I feel like you be going out, you be preoccupied with shit. So but no, I was actually on the apps when I was in Korea.
Is it different?
Yeah,
more usable.
But I'm not gonna lie, less. Like I was only getting matched with like exchange like foreigners,
Americans.
Americans in Korea. Like I don't think I got a single match from like Korean women, bro. Because I just didn't fit the look.
Yeah.
Like they probably want the fucking split. They want
their little Jungkook.
They want the little Jungkook and the or the BTS looking motherfucker.
I don't think Korean women would even like me, to be honest, or him. I mean, you got the kind of look of it.
A little bit, but you got the earrings and the
also
tan. This is just so like
You're too
American,
dirty,
bro.
Too dark.
You're too poor. You work in the fields,
bro. It's just like I feel like with Korean girls, they just have such a specific
we just made this a topic. Korean women are the most toxic type of women on earth, and I will die by that statement. You can come for me. I don't give a fuck.
Really?
Come for him. I don't believe that. You're all queens.
Why do you think that
They are because of, it's like every stereotype that people have about like Latino women, let's say, right? Like gold digger, like unreasonable, psychotic, like. Yeah, and I'm not saying all nasty attitude, high maintenance. And like, and the one benefit they do have is that, okay, so this is not all one benefit. Let me rephrase this. This is not all Korean women. When Korean women are toxic, they are the most toxic. Yeah. It's
That's
like
a better way to rephrase it.
Yeah. It's like they are just the best at being toxic.
Really?
Yeah, they have the most potential to truly ruin your life.
Wait, but so you're on the apps out there. Things aren't really hitting. Well, in America though, like
this one girl, bro, she was a model. Oh my god, I matched with her on the last day.
Last day.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you all about all my Korea stories on Fanhouse. But yeah, there was I did match with a girl on Hinge that I took out for the 7 dates. On Tinder, like no matches.
Wow.
What's crazy to me though is because it's like, dude, like you're a good looking guy and you got the YouTube clout. Are you not putting that on your profile?
I'm not putting.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
I hate pulling girls.
You don't want to do that.
Pulling girls using my clout.
Yeah.
Like I never did that.
Well, are you bagging girls through the IG DMs? Girls slide in and you know.
Nowadays, I'm not bagging girls at all, but
We'll get into your celibacy, but in general,
yeah, usually no. It's just like like they'll see the clout later after we get Instagram. So it's a nice little like
Yeah, they're more interested now.
yeah.
How are you meeting new girls? Just at parties and things like that?
Parties, or I just like I see them on the like wherever I'm going. Like if I'm at a convention, if
you're not looking at no girls in the IGM, no DM sliding whatsoever.
No, because I think
Strange.
that's just a terrible way to like. Well, I don't think it's a terrible way. IG DMs, it's bro. I feel like IG DMs.
You're like giving yourself a handicap.
Yeah,
you're like cutting your legs
and
off.
the
trying to
club,
swim.
we're playing on hard mode yet again.
Nah, bro, you are.
Clubs suck.
Bro, you're on dating apps. Instagram is the greatest dating app in the world, bro. It is the greatest dating app in the world. There's a reason why you don't use. There's a reason why Hinge don't work, why Tinder don't work, because everyone's on Instagram and they use Instagram as a dating app.
Well, actually, you don't true say now that you.
Because think about it, right? You follow
No,
a girl.
I have. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm bullshitting. I have used
Okay,
it. Yeah. No, before Korea, I was like, I was going crazy. You know, this is actually a little hack. I looked up a hashtag, the water festivals in Korea.
Oh!
I knew there was gonna be bad bitches that was tagging the water festival, bro. and then I just went down the list of fucking photos. I was like, all right, yo, I need my Korean tutor. Where you at?
You gotta do that here for heading to cloud.
Here in the States, you know, just before EDC, just look up EDC tags, look up all the festival tags. I promise you there will be the baddest girls that's posting and like tagging the shit. But again, I don't do it anymore just because I'm practicing celibacy.
Yeah, what? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, why?
I want to go monk mode where I'm just like, all right, time to get the bag, Jim.
Yeah.
Time to run up the podcast, the main channel. I want to post like 16 videos, like long form, like a month. So 8 on this channel, 8 on the main channel. Whoa. That's what I'm aiming for. And like I want to make passive income with like a bunch of like short form content. I don't know if this is just like me talking to you guys, but yeah, I just want to get my bag up. I feel like for me to like really tunnel vision in money, then I want to ignore like anything that could give me a distraction.
Do you believe in that balance is achievable in life?
Yes, it is achievable.
I don't. But anyways, continue.
He just wanted you to say that. Like, bitch.
Got you.
But I think balance is when you're in that stage in life where you're like cool with balance.
I think if you want to make like unnatural progress, you need unnatural balance.
Yes. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. Doing no fab. I'm eating healthy. I'm waking up at like 7 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like day 6 on it. So I just want to see the compound effects of like me just. I've never done this. I did this once during the pandemic.
Are you documenting?
I am.
Nice.
Yeah. So doing no fat for 90 days.
Damn. Well, as in no sex either.
No sex. I'm not even, bro. If you look at my DMs right now, dry. Like it's all business and then just Angela White.
Let's talk. Hey, let's talk.
Try to flex on me. Right?
Hey, hold up. Let's talk. Yeah, that's a good. Well, before that, I'm team semen retention game.
For how long you been at it?
I don't watch porn anymore. Like I haven't watched it for the only time I've watched porn was like because we were like looking for a thumbnail for like.
We were like researching.
Yeah, but other than that, I don't watch porn. And I've done that for like 3 years, and also
3 years.
3 years. Like it's just like you just.
1,000 days, almost 1,000.
Yeah, you just it just curbs after a while. You just lose interest in it.
He's also older. Like
Yeah, I'm older.
But
then also,
don't get me wrong, I get mad horny in the morning, bro.
Yeah, but you can. But the thing is, you're allowed to jack off. Just don't let yourself come, and you learn how to circulate that energy. Read Mantak Chia. It's like some.
So you just and then just all right, bet.
Yeah,
dude,
just walk off with a hard dick.
No, yeah,
it's
but
called
once
transmuting.
But once you learn how to circulate that energy, it's like taking like after you. I don't know, after you nut, I'm like tired. I don't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
You don't have that, and of course, it doesn't feel as good as nutting, but it's still like it's not. I wouldn't say it's like that amazing, but you
I'd
still
rather
feel
just
better.
not touch
you
my
still feel
dick.
better.
You feel better if you just stroke it a little bit.
Yeah.
You do like 3 jerks and like, all right, brush my teeth.
Yeah,
All
something
right,
like
cool. I'm gonna try that because I be getting horny in the morning. I
Look
wake up with a boner. I'm like, I need to fix this.
Yeah, that's everybody.
Yeah.
But discipline is freedom, Jimmy.
Yeah,
Discipline
yeah,
is freedom.
That's what I'm trying to hit right now.
But so you guys you mentioned somebody in your DMs, Angela White.
Oh yeah.
So everyone's obviously seen the video at that point.
The DMs, bro. Like we had a little call today.
Hey, have you kissed her? I can't afford Fanhouse, so I didn't see the.
Oh. For those
You
of you
have
guys,
a paywall on that.
Yeah,
shit.
you have a paywall.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fanhouse.
Do you have like a go-to first date format?
Yeah. I usually do dinner. I'll do a couple activities after dinner. I want to take a glimpse. The Riz Kings DMs.
Oh my god. I don't know if we should keep this DM segment in here. Can this be a fan house segment? This would ruin my life, Lucky, when I think
Do you guys think that Asian guys are softer
Yeah, I do actually.
compared to other races and ethnicities?
Yeah, at least Asian Americans, because you go to Korea, I don't think they're soft. Like they look soft, but they're on site. Like they're aggressive, honestly. So I don't like. They're a little too. They're on the more aggressive side of people.
Right.
But
Do you think-
Asian Americans, I think, from like all the like the media stuff, feeling lesser than, especially like all the statistics about we're the least desired race of men, blah blah blah. It definitely, I feel like, makes us shy in our approach to non-Asian women, like
Yeah.
in work environments, like what I mean, like kind of feeling like, oh, I'm never gonna get that promotion over the white guy, blah 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 type vibe.
I think it's also like cultural in a sense that like our parents were immigrants and they came here and they're like, put your head down and work.
Yes,
don't
yes.
like people are gonna bag on you, whatever. Just shut your mouth.
Don't be loud. Don't you
be
dare
loud,
speak up
yeah.
in class. Like so like Asians for that reason have been
Excel.
like studious and excelled in life, but like not always been like the loud, like take
Social
charge
person.
type.
Yeah.
We bottle it in.
Yeah. Except for obviously the outliers. Yeah.
Right. I think what you touched on earlier too was important. It is a lot of times in our culture, right? You see all these. I see all these like Asian guys making TikToks about simping to like Glimpse of Us and Keshi and Millennium, but you see that shit so often on TikTok, and it's normalized. It's normalized to just simp.
Yeah.
Right, and I think it's like, yeah, it's funny or it's relatable, but it's like we're kind of putting ourselves in a hole here because if that's our just like complete, if that's like part of our identity and we don't grow out of that, we can't up our sex appeal and we can't up our just like our masculinity in a sense.
So you see it as being negative.
I
agree.
I agree with it being negative, but here's what I think it is. I don't think it stems from a negative place. I think that if you go to Asia, you look at the relationships they have, it's very healthy. They have way healthier relationships than the West. Maybe not,
agree.
but I think that overall that's how they do relationships in the East, right? They're way more like we're all about each other, like blah blah blah, right?
No, we're all about building like a family,
Sticking together no matter
It's
what.
more exactly. It's
Yeah.
more conservative, traditional family value type relationships.
Yes, this is for like the extension of our lineage rather than like based on love and
I agree to an extent, but either way, I think that they're more invested in relationships in the East. Like there's more people in relationships.
there's
like,
more commitment, I think.
More commitment for sure. And then I think Asian Americans in the West take those like traditional values, but in a Western dating pool. So then it's like, then it becomes simping. And now it's not, you know what I mean? And now you're kind of just putting yourself at a disadvantage rather than if you were like with a girl that shared the same values as you, then it probably would have just worked out for the better, in my opinion.
That's an interesting theory.
No, I'm just saying I think there's a whole bunch of different things that all come together and make it really difficult for dating in general, right? One, hot girls have all the options. Hot girls or guys have all the options, and now everybody has too many options.
Right.
TikTok, DMs, dating apps, whatever it is.
Right.
So it's like that in itself, no one's willing to commit to each other. And then it's like we all kind of want relationships, but there's always the next shiny object, and then there's this upbringing, and then there's like whatever, your pressure from friends, and then all of that together. It's like people are just like, I don't know what the to do. So I don't really have an answer, but I'm just saying like I think dating is harder than ever right now.
Yeah, facts.
Which is why it's just like focus on yourself, King. Like in reality, at the core of it, like just better yourself, because
That is actually like the best dating advice.
That will ooze out of you and bring the people in your life that you deserve.
I think with Asian masculinity, right? They're not playing football. They're not playing basketball. But you'll find them at the gym playing badminton.
Yeah.
And ping pong.
Yeah.
And at League of Legends. And I think I don't think that's contributing to like Asian masculinity. And I think that's I think that might be a problem. Especially like, you know, a lot of times the nice, like, listen, you don't have to give up league to go to the gym.
Yeah.
You don't have to like try football, try basketball.
Yeah.
A lot of Asians do play basketball, right?
Yeah,
But
I will say
Not
this,
on a team though.
another good sport though that your Asian mother would approve is water polo. Because
Sure.
Asians swim.
Soccer.
Yeah.
like try this, like really try to like fucking compete, bro. Like we're losing out our competitive edge. Like we're trying to compete in like fucking esports. Like try new shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I think that contributes to a lot of Asian masculinity problems.
Yeah,
I agree.
I
In
totally
America.
agree. And one of the big things is not just playing the sport, but joining a team, because I think that the locker room talk, like that masculine like team environment, is like a really crucial part of masculine development. Like back in the day, you used to go to war. Like you and a bunch of men would get together and you would charge at the enemy, and you would have more confidence, more energy, like more adrenaline than you've ever had in your life. Similar concepts in sports. Like I was on a wrestling team, you know what I mean? Like if you're not good, there's always something for you. Just join a team, a men's sports team, so you get that, like, you know, that it can be toxic in ways, but it's also that it's like a necessary part of growing up.
It builds your masculinity.
Yeah.
That's
It's doing hard things, failing, camaraderie, like all the like
Camaraderie.
you're just solving a lot of like natural human instincts that you don't necessarily like. Yeah, you could say, "Oh, I'll do the same thing in a video game," but it's like when you have to put your body
but you're just
on the
clicking
line.
the fucking
Exactly,
mouse, bro.
and,
Like,
you're hiding behind a screen.
Yeah.
All you. I used to play League, so I know all you League players love to talk mad shit, but you would never say that to a man's face. That's a detriment to your masculinity. That's the least masculine thing you could ever do.
It just prevents like skills of like of confrontation.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like it promotes fucking passive behavior in a sense.
I would say a real big confidence builder too, if you don't want to do sports like you're bad with a ball, is go learn Muay Thai or boxing.
Fighting,
Muay Thai
Yes.
or no, well it depends. Like learn something where you kind of feel like the man. Like wrestling, like sure, jiu-jitsu, sure. Like those are hard, those are great. Those are also great.
Boxing,
But
get punched in the
yes,
face, bro.
boxing and Muay Thai, like when you throwing kicks and punches and like that's
I think
you're gonna feel good about
that's
yourself.
fire, but I still stand by when you're in high school, middle school, join a sports team. Like you need to feel the teammate. You need locker room talk in your life to really understand.
And you might be
masculinity.
fighting like an uphill battle at first. Like genetically, maybe you're not as tough as the black or white like jockey big dudes. But like yo, like go like hit the weight room. Like you seen like big Asian motherfuckers. Shout out to Larry Gao. Shout out to like you know these Asian guys that's making a difference, right? Look at you, bro. You big as shit compared to me. You know,
thick as shit, dog.
you thick, bro. And I feel like it's just like it goes back to your diet, to your workout regimen. Like you could be part of the team. My little brother, he's
You have a
part
little
of.
brother?
I have a little brother.
You're probably carving him into a way better human than you are.
How young is he? How old is he?
He's 17. He's
shit.
starting like point guard for his varsity team.
Wow, he's a stud. He's
Yes,
an Asian
Lil
stud.
Zay.
Yes,
Lil
yes,
Zay.
Eddie. Yeah, shout out
name's
to
Eddie?
you,
Eddie
Eddie.
Zhang?
Eddie Zhang.
Wow, you
Eddie
saved
Zhang.
him a lot of pain and strife. Wow,
But that's
honorable,
the
honorable.
benefit of being a younger brother, dude. Like
Yes.
my younger brother also like coasted through life. Like dead ass, everything just works out for this moment.
But like there was like not to say like he didn't have struggle, but during those struggles he got injured. He wasn't like right before his tryouts he got injured, and then but I've given him a pep talk like yo, read these books about Kobe, and take your ass to the park when you don't feel like it. Like I discipline him like yo, put in the work. You know, like you have to compete, bro.
Yeah.
And you're 10 years older than him. That's like a real like older brother.
Yeah. I feel like it's so good for his self-development.
Also good for you. You think like being a that's like truly like direct line mentor. That's like a big part in becoming a man too, is teaching somebody else.
Oh yeah. I'm sure, but yeah, because I didn't have that when I was like I swayed into the video games, watching anime, and eating takeout like every other night. And like I looked like what I looked like. I just ended up skinny fat.
Skinny fat. Yeah,
and
that's
I
the
was
worst.
just-
That's the worst.
And that's why I was a virgin, bro. It's just.
There's also like a fine balance. I think when people hear us say the word masculinity, it's about being like alpha and like
Yeah.
an asshole, and it's like that's not what
at
we're
all.
meaning. We're
Yeah.
meaning build confidence in yourself and like surround yourself with people that like will fucking sweat it out with you, bleed it out with you, right?
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
learn something from that, and like at the end of the day, it's like you don't have to be the super jock asshole to get a lot of girls.
Because that's what. Like, come on, that's what women are attracted to, bro. Like
They
that's
are.
what that's what all
Don't
the hot
sugarcoat
girls.
it. Don't sugarcoat it. That's what
Wait,
they're
bro.
women are attracted. So masculine, the definition is leader, protector, provider, right? You're leading, uplifting others around you, and unfortunately, a lot of times those traits come with the cockiness, right? Like douchebaggery.
Right.
So it's just like people like just confuse the two. They see people that get girls and they're like, oh, it's because of these things, but when really it's the other things. Those are just byproducts. So,
Right. You could learn about
be
humility.
fooled.
You could still be humble and still be the captain of a football team, right?
Yeah.
But it's just knowing how to do that.
Yeah.
Right. It's just like maybe you're friends with everybody. You're friends. Like I want to be the captain of the football team that's like cool with the guys playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards at lunch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't mind just joining in with them and throwing down my Exodia cards. I just being able to tap into anybody in school. That is what you want to be.
Yeah.
Totally
You'll be
agree.
drowning in pussy if you could do that.
Yeah. And then the last note I had was about, and you guys could agree with me or not, but I have a theory that like Asians love EDM because of Molly, and
I agree.
it's the gateway drug to curing like Asian social anxiety.
I fucking agree.
Whoa.
I fucking agree.
I agree with you.
Oh my god. So first time I did ecstasy was like I was always like outgoing, whatever.
Yeah.
So it didn't really apply to me, but first time I took it was at a school dance, and I spent half the night talking to the assistant principal and the principal, and they had no idea. And I was like, oh my god, I've unlocked Limitless. and it was also crazy, dude, because when you're on the drug, like you can spit the best riz of
The
your
most
life.
immaculate game.
And the crazy thing is, you're thinking 4 lines ahead. You're like, I'm gonna say this next. And then
Yes!
I'm gonna do this.
Yes!
It's like it's like a stand power where you could see like the next move coming.
No. So I go to, after I like try it, I'm like, oh, this is magical. I want to go to a rave. And so this was back before it was like super mainstream. So I pull up in the parking lot.
What year is this?
This is 2008 or 2009.
Damn.
So dinosaurs were still around.
Yeah, you're old.
Yeah, and I was writing a letter to get
Jesus
to
Christ.
Yeah, so I rode a horse to
Yeah,
this
I was
rave.
about to say, he was on his
parked
horse
my
and buggy.
horse.
Yeah.
Yo, but anyways, I get out in the parking lot and it's like I look so stupid. You know how like people back in the day. Well, so anyways, I'm wearing a tank top with like white shorts and I have like glow stick goggles. I look so in a stupid ass mohawk.
Yeah.
I just look stupid.
2008
or 9. Yeah, 09 or something.
The style was terrible.
And this was
back
in
then.
Oakland, and this is when they had massives where they would rent out the Coliseum. This was like 20,000 or 30,000 people, whatever it is.
yeah.
And I get out the car, and I only brought 2 friends because they were the only 2 I could convince in high school. And I step out the car, and there's this guy, literally 6'8", maybe he was on stilts, wearing those. You know that one meme where they're doing like the trance walk?
Yeah.
He had predator braids, gas mask bong on his
Yeah.
face, just looking scary as fuck. And I was like, oh, what did I get myself into? I was like, I made a big mistake. And I get in line, and everybody's candied out. It's crazy. It's like old school rave was way more intense looking, right? And so I'm like super nervous. And what I noticed is all the fucking Vietnamese gangsters are out. Dragon tattoos, like with the baddest bitches, pulling up in S2000s when that was that hot car, like all these crazy ass rice rockets, and they're all super they're red from drinking Hennessy, like it's just super aggressive, and I'm like, what the fuck? I've never seen so many Asians in my life. And then when we go in, it was
Everyone
like,
takes Molly.
and then it hit, and then I was like, this is where the Asians go to let off steam, adult Disneyland. But you were absolutely right, and dude, it was awesome though. Like everyone's rubbing on you, whatever it is, and it's like where you kind of feel like comfortable, like being intimate with girls, dancing with girls. Guys are like these hard ass dudes with tattoos are being like, "What's your name?" Like, "Here's a cigarette." Like, whatever the fuck, and you're just like, "What is?"
It is the friendliest environment I've ever been in.
Yeah.
raves. And then that's what I noticed too. Like big like percentage of people that go to raves, especially in California, Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, everywhere. Period.
Everywhere.
In America. Yeah. I haven't gone to a rave in forever.
Let's go.
But it has to be. The last time I went, I was like 23. I think I went to Izu for one day. But I was like, I'm never doing this.
No. It's gotta be, instead of a rave, we should go to a show where you could quickly go to a house out. You don't want to be at the rave the whole thing.
That's
it's
what
fun.
I'm saying.
Hanging out with your homies
nowadays,
afterwards.
Like, even Head in the Clouds, dude. I was
Yeah,
like, I was defeated. Like I was, and I took some shrooms. Like it was just, I was exhausted, man.
Yeah, the move is you get like a sick house and just invite your friends and have
Yeah, I know. House rolls are
I love house rolls actually.
And then
realistically, I just want to do Molly in a big crowded environment.
Yeah, no, it's fun. And then the first time I did Molly too, I remember it was 2016. I was like, it was right before I started YouTube, and like got my one of my beginning makeouts, you know, and then I was like, you know, talking to, giving girls shoulder rides. I was, just got real comfortable with like
the full experience.
Yeah. I got real comfortable with like approaching girls and like just approaching people, and I think that subconsciously like helped me, do that more often. I don't want like Molly I don't want kids to rely on Molly and become like have that become like a standard for like, oh, I need to do this every time I go out.
Facts.
But I think if you remember how it felt like when you were on the drug, maybe take some notes, like just remember the memory of what it was. Maybe subconsciously that could help you. That's
good advice.
But that's what psychedelics are really. Like that's a plant medicine, right? So I could tell you all day like, yo, you're looking at this problem, like learn how to be confident, or like, yo, solve that problem. And what a drug will do, or a plant or whatever it was, will take, like, you've lived your life in one track. No matter what people say to you, be more confident. Oh, try to talk. You can't really like
you can't just summon it. You can't just
you can't just summon it. But then what Molly makes you do is you experience it. It's like a real life visual. You're like, oh my God, I could be this way. I could talk this way.
I could think this way.
I could think this way. I've never felt happiness like this.
Yes.
Cool. And so you're right. There's a
it
fine line.
It unlocks the ability to do that.
And experience it. And you can remember that feeling. And so where people get carried away is when they don't have this conversation of being like, that, don't let it become a crutch.
Right.
They let it become a crutch.
Yeah, right.
And so it's a fine, gentle line you got to be very careful with.
Discover what it is, but do not rely on it.
By the way, though, you guys got to go to Burning Man because it's in that environment where, like, yes,
older,
there's,
right? Like,
yes, it's like visiting another country because you know all the rules. You've heard of the rules. There's no money allowed to be exchanged, so everybody's always you're always trying to help each other. And so that type of environment, though, like you kind of remove all of societal norms, right? People are walking naked, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You could walk up to anybody.
We should get a squad.
You don't need.
You
don't. Next year, let's do Burning Man.
But we need. I want to do it with like a fucking bus where we have bathrooms and
No,
showers.
yeah. I'll give you guys all the secrets. We got to align with the camp and everything like that. I'll give you the tips. But the biggest thing about that environment was with or without drugs, when you're surrounded by people that are just so carefree.
Yeah.
It is weird.
It's like a natural high. Like,
it's a natural high.
Yeah.
It's a natural high. You have no self-consciousness. You're like, you could go up to anybody and start a conversation and they want to talk with you. It's strange. That's a good part to leave off of if it takes a lot of work. Everyone wants the easy button and there's no easy button.
There is never. If there is an easy button, it's not fucking worth it.
Yeah. I hope you two don't take this shit down because I just promoted.
maybe make it a Fanhouse. Yeah, Fanhouse section or bleep the words.
Yeah, like bleep it. Yeah.
But this was a great topic.
That was a good topic. That was a good question at the end.
And there you guys have it. The love life of beautiful, handsome Asian men here before you. To wrap it up, thank you guys, Wootak, Jeremy, for coming on the podcast. Shout out to Nectar.
You can see both of us on undertheinfluence.show, at undertheinfluence.show, all platforms.
And if you're 21 plus, check out Nectar Hard Seltzer.
Best seltzer in the game.
Actually, go check out my episode that I did on their podcast at Under the Influence. I'll link it down below.
He's on 2.
Rate this show on Spotify, and go listen to it on your way to work, commutes, whatever. All the links will be down below. Yeah, look forward to the future episode with Gabe and Nicole Doshi. Man, you better make it happen ASAP, bro. If not, I'm hitting her up.
Oh, he's challenging your Riz right now.
You know, I'm gonna hit the voice memos with the Chinese.
Oh,